Dear world, we have come to a very difficult moral dilemma in Cintamani Asram, chapter 807. I should first announce that I'm going, once I get to 1,000, I'm going to stop using the title Cintamani Asram. We're still going to do the podcast, but using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's getting kind of ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the title of each podcast based on whatever, whatever it's about. And I'll use the Cintamani Asram title to kind of bring it all together in a kind of like a narrative, a logical narrative. I was a writer in Hollywood for many years, and the internet changed all that. Anyways, I wanted to share with you my enormous moral dilemma for today. Allow me to introduce you to my guests. This little fella here is one of hundreds, thousands that live in this space with me. This looks kind of dead. It's dying, still alive, still living. Yeah, still kicking around. Yeah, still kicking. But dying. Anyways, my moral dilemma is as follows. I have a very strong inclination towards non-violence in this space. I'm not entirely opposed to, chopping a sicario's head off with an axe if he comes after my family at the ranch or in the woods, because it's just not sensible. But here in this space, my entire purpose and mission has been to bring about a space of a kind of like a bubble of non-violence, ahimsa, non-violent behavior. So the result of that ahimsa is now a roach infestation. I'm not taking measures to counteract the roaches, counteract the infestation, and the result is that I have a lot of roaches. And as you can see, they're big roaches, like that one. A ver, ven. Mira la cámara. Yeah, good. Anyways, I have a roach infestation. Colombian roaches? Is that a Colombian roach? Oh yeah. My Colombian roach. I love my Colombian roach. She has a situation right now with allergies. There's a lot of dust and cat hair and all types of shit at the ranch. And she got infected from it. So she's got this allergy situation, and we just spent all the money we had on the allergies. But that's the subject of this conversation. The subject of this conversation is the roaches and the enormous need that I have to get rid of them now. So it's a moral dilemma. On the one hand, we have non-violent behavior or ahimsa, no violence. And on the other hand, we have the roach infestation, and we got to bring that to order. What is this? I haven't brought it to order yet. But to my fortune, I am moving into the space next door for the cybernet, the internet cafe, taking over that space. Apparently we had a deal. There's a deal in the air for changing those computers for some cars. I'll be getting a commission out of that deal. The commission will be reflected on my rent that I pay here, which is a good thing. And I'll be moving over there. Once I actually close this space up, I can fumigate and get rid of the roaches with no karmic consequence to the act, because it's simply common sense, not necessarily an act of violence against the roach species. The space next door will probably be infested with roaches too. Since I'll be opening another bubble of ahimsa, no violence, I will have to tolerate the roaches, because I can't kill them, or I can't cause them to be killed. But I thought perhaps what I could do would be to import some spiders. There's a variety of spiders about this big, called wood spiders or wolf spiders, which are very common in these woods, and which adore eating roaches. That's their favorite food. So if I had a nice colony of spiders, the roaches would definitely be gone. And the beauty about the spiders is that they don't come out in the daytime. They sneak around at night. All you gotta make sure is you don't get bit by them if you get them in your shoes or in your sheet covers. But usually they hide in dark corners where they will be out of the way. They don't attack human beings. They bite you if you step on them, or if you lay down on them or something, but they don't bite you just to bite you. They don't come out and bite you. And they get rid of the roach problem, and that's, I think, the logical solution to the problem. So that's the moral dilemma. I want your opinion, dear world. What would you do in my case? What would you do to handle the roach situation if you have an ahimsa, a non-violence, a desire for non-violence, or a space of non-violence? How do you handle a roach infestation if you have to practice non-violence? Now, I'll give you an anecdote about this matter. When I was in Crestone, Colorado, and the Zen Center, we had a dormouse infestation. A deer mouse. I think they're called deer mice. Infestation. They don't have antlers. They just, I don't know why they call them deer mice. Anyways, we had an infestation of these little mice. And, man, you never seen nothing. Supposedly we are practicing ahimsa in the monastery, but you have no idea the violence that was perpetrated upon these mice by the monks in the monastery. We just wiped them out. We just...
Sácame de aquí con mi maguita.
¿Qué?
Tengo una maguita y no puedo salir.
Déjame hacer este video y ahorita voy.
Gracias. Está en el borders.
Oh. Anyways, the monks rained death and destruction upon the deer mice. And I went to the abbot, very annoyed, and I said, look, Richard Baker Roaches. And I said, look, Richard, we're supposed to be practicing nonviolence. What the fuck, man? What is this? It's like the mice holocaust in the monastery. He explained to me that the deer mice had were propensity. The pee on the pee and the poo on that the mice made was very likely infected with a very pernicious disease. I don't remember what the disease was, but it was a very dangerous condition, and that's the reason the mice could not be tolerated in the monastery, and they had to be destroyed. And that didn't go against ahimsa. I was never really convinced by his solution. I never really agreed with it. But I went right along with the slaughter, and we slaughtered the mice. And now I find myself in a very similar situation with the roaches. So, I want your opinion, world. What do we do with the roach infestation if we have to practice non-violence? Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.